Hello, my lovely ladies. So today we're going to talk about the radical notion that you should not be decluttering your home. So let's talk about the whole decluttering thing. Everybody's doing it. There's TED Talks about decluttering, and there's TV shows about decluttering, and there's books about decluttering. And for some reason, everyone is on this bandwagon that decluttering your space is going to solve your problems. When really, the only thing that it's going to solve is that you're going to have a little bit more space. But not only does it not solve any problems other than having more space, and first let me say that I totally get that behind me there's lots of clutter, and you're thinking, well, of course, Michelle, that you're pro clutter because you have a totally cluttered office, and I get that. But that's not what I'm talking about. This is actually my most cluttered space. Well, and my closets, and sometimes my kitchen. But anyway, here's the reasons why I think that you should not be decluttering. Number one, I don't think that by just getting rid of stuff, you're going to actually feel that much better. You will initially feel better, and maybe you won't even miss the stuff, but you're going to probably start replacing that stuff. So it's not getting to that core issue of why you had stuff to begin with. And we all know that some of the stuff that you've been hanging on to is from past relationships or past periods of your life that you have memories with and you want to hang on to those memories. And people who are really into the decluttering or that OCD cleaning focus are going to tell you, well, you'll always have the memories, which isn't true. In fact, we know that many times memories fade. So having stuff is actually something that will help prompt a memory, which is why when people have memory issues, the number one thing that doctors do is surround that person with triggers to help them remember. So I don't buy that whole, you always have your memories. It's why we have pictures. It's why we have pictures hanging on our wall and why we scroll through pictures on Facebook. It's why we love Pinterest. All of these are triggers to help us remember or to be inspired. So having stuff isn't necessarily a negative thing as far as memories are concerned. But what about those bad memories? What about relationships that ended really badly and you're still hanging on to some items from that relationship? Well, that's where it gets even more interesting. Because on the surface, people are going to think that you're hanging on to those items because you are craving that relationship or craving the past. You might even think that too. But often when we hang on to things from the past that are painful, it's really just a way for us to work through it and to process what happened. And it's a trigger that we want to bring onto ourselves so that we can work through those problems, get to those solutions. It's something that we do to help ourselves to understand what we've been through. And there were probably parts of that past that were good and what brought you to that place. And you might want to hang on to the person you were at that time. Because sometimes when we go through a trauma, whether it was abuse or a breakup or whatever it is, who we were before that trauma is who we miss. And so when we hold on to those things from that trauma or from that breakup, we're actually holding on to the person we were before we were hurt. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's technically number two, why you might be hanging on to things from your past that were painful that actually can help you. Number three, you might be hanging on to things from your past or having a lot of clutter around you because it actually calms you. Because if you have too much space and not enough stimulation, you might feel kind of lost and edgy. And so when you have things around you, there's a comfort to that. And a lot of people discount that because they'll say, well, if you have a lot around you, you don't know what you have. Sometimes it just matters that you feel secure. Now, I'm not saying to be materialistic or to be a hoarder or to be a pack rat. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm saying don't beat yourself up because you have some clutter. Now, the fourth thing is especially for the women. If you look into your makeup bag and you see eyeshadow palettes that you haven't used in years, or lip liners, or just too much stuff, too much makeup that you actually don't use. Even if you're someone who doesn't normally have clutter around their house, a lot of women keep their makeup. And the reason for this is your makeup tells a story about your self-esteem. So I want you to go right now and go into your bathroom or your makeup bag, wherever you keep your makeup, and I want you to take a look. I want you to look at what do you have and what does it say about you. For instance, maybe you bought an eye palette that is very colorful and you normally don't use a lot of colors. Maybe that's just a signal that you need to break out of a rut, and maybe it has nothing to do with eyeshadow. So I'm not saying to get rid of your makeup, and I'm not saying that makeup is bad. I'm saying that often when we purchase items, especially self-care items, especially accessories, we are actually telling a story about how we feel. And what you see in surplus in your makeup bag or in your bathroom, wherever, is actually going to tell a very strong story about how you feel about yourself. So take a look at, do you have a ton of lipstick? And is that really telling you that you want to be heard or that you want passion in your life? Especially if you're not wearing that lipstick. Is that telling you now that you have all of this lipstick and you're not wearing it? Is that actually telling you that you're afraid to have passion in your life or that you feel like it's hopeless, but you're still trying? And there's that glimmer of hope. And in an instant, you go ahead and you purchase it because you feel like if you have that lipstick, maybe life is going to feel a little bit differently. And then you get it, you might wear it once or twice, and then it just sits. Sort of like you lost hope, because when you wore it, nothing really changed that much for you maybe. You'll notice that you'll wear items of clothing and even makeup where you get compliments on it. So these are the kind of things that we tend to, because we're learning that, hey, if I wear this or if I wear that makeup, this is the affirmation that I'm getting. And sometimes if you wear something and you get a compliment or attention towards you, you're not comfortable with it. So maybe you're not used to wearing red, and then you wear a red shirt and everyone tells you how you look so beautiful in red. Maybe all day long people are calling attention to it. You should wear more red. And what will happen to you is you're either going to really enjoy that and wear more red, or that's going to shake you a little bit. And you're going to sit back from that and think, why am I not wearing more red? Or why are all these people calling attention to me? And even if you like the attention, initially, it will make you feel sometimes uncomfortable and you will shy away from those more vibrant colors. So the kind of things that you have hanging in your closet or in your makeup bag, these are telling you a very big story about where you are in your life right now, as well as where you were in your life when you purchased. So the reason why I'm telling you this is I recently went through my makeup bag and I had a bobby pin in there that had some rhinestones on it, very beautiful, and it was actually from my daughter's wedding. And that wasn't just last week. So I've been holding on to this bobby pin in my makeup bag. Every single time I go into my makeup bag, I think I should really get rid of this bobby pin. Why is it in here? I don't need it. I'm never going to wear this kind of glitzy bobby pin anytime in the future. It's just not my thing. But why do I keep it in there? And that got me thinking, I keep it in there because it's a beautiful reminder of a day that I loved. So these are the kind of memory prompts that are beautiful. So there's a reason why that bobby pin has been sitting in there and I haven't cleaned it out. And so I am guessing that you have lots of things, if you really start thinking about it, that are the same. So number 5 is actually an exercise for you. I want you to go ahead and go around your home, go into your makeup bag, go into your closet, and really look at, are these things that you really want to get rid of, or are you just feeling pressure that the new thing is to declutter? And being materialistic is such a negative thing now. So what's wrong with owning things? What's wrong with working for something and having? What's wrong with having abundance? You don't have to be sacrificial to be a good person. You don't have to sacrifice your memory triggers or anything that you love if you are functional. It's okay to have things around you. But I do want you to especially, and this is where the bigger part of the exercise comes in, is I want you to really look at your makeup bag. And I want you to look at, what is your makeup bag trying to tell you? Are you holding on to makeup or accessories that are from the past that you need to work through? Do you need to break out of your shell a little bit more? Also look at your makeup and your clothing in terms of your relationship, if you're with a significant other. Are you dressing? Are you wearing makeup? Are you accessorizing to focus on them and what they like, or is it really what you like? And sometimes it's not the other person imposing it on you. It might just be that they make a comment that it's not their favorite thing and you decide to get rid of it because you want them to be happy. But that says a lot about you too. Are you enabling? Are you codependent? Why are you sacrificing something that you love for someone else's potential happiness? And why would you be with someone whose happiness is derived over the kind of shirt, coat, accessory, or lipstick you're wearing? All of us have sometimes fallen into the trap of doing things for the sake of other people because we have been trained that women are wired that way, and we're not wired that way. Society has trained us to be that way, but there is nothing in our DNA that says that sacrificing is something that is woman's work. So listen, my lovely, lovely ladies, I want you to really think about the beautiful things that are in your life, the beautiful mementos and possessions, and decide, are these things that you really want to get rid of, and are these items that are triggering you for beautiful memories or memories that you have to work through, or also, are these items that are telling you a story that you've been ignoring that you need to listen to? Okay, my beauties, I have another video for you. Click that video. It's going to help you with this exercise and so much more.